Welcome into the Paul Farrington Show. Paul, joined by Jack Weinberger and Robert Ziggy Ziegler up at Harvard University for our Week 11 prediction show, power rankings, zig or zag, Jack's cap of the week. And we got it all. Of course, the game picks as well a little later in the episode. If you're enjoying the content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. The NFC North finds itself all but separated at 1.5 games from first to last place. The Vikings behind the Lions and the Bears. Packers find themselves there at 5-3-1, 3-3-1 since their 2-0 start to the year. The hot start they had, the hot start that the channel had. It's been a little bit of a ride since then. The Eliminator pool is down to 2 people, Flopazoid and Green Bay. They're the last 2 remaining.
I wonder if Flopazoid is from the Green Bay area as well.
I'd have to imagine. But
I'd imagine too.
It's Flopazoid versus the city of Green Bay.
It's a 1v1. Yeah, I guess it's a 1v what? Like how many people are in Green Bay? It's like 100,000.
That would be funny if Flopazoid was from Chicago or Detroit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, do you know what they call, what is it? Fibs, right? Yeah, that's what they call the people from Wisconsin call Illinois people effing Illinois bastards.
Oh, yes.
The fibs.
The fibs.
Yeah. Not that
we've seen Godzilla v. New York. We have not seen Flopazoid v. Green Bay.
Oh, we're about to. Buckle up.
In the Pick'em Challenge, Big Dilly Style holds on to his lead, 105-43 on the season. That's just a crazy record. Over the Rickster, or over Rickster, I'm sorry, 104-44. Just a 1-game lead. I mean, Big Dilly Style has been hanging in there. I'm in 107th place right now at 94-53.
Where am I?
I don't even think you're in the pool. I don't even think you're in the pool.
I think I made picks for week 1 and then I forgot.
So, I mean, guys, sooner rather than later, at this point, we're going to be having some winners and some prizes coming out. Maybe we'll do a prize. We got to get the merch store back up and running. So once we do that, I'd like to start giving some stuff out just because, it's the holiday season. You get a little jolly and want to make some people's days. So we need to get that going. We need to find someone who could set up this shop.
It's the holiday season.
Oh, I think I'm there.
The absolute worst of the Christmas songs, by the way, by a large margin.
Dickety duck.
I actually kind of like that song.
Don't forget. Yeah, I can't.
This doesn't surprise me at all. You like Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry's fantastic.
I am actually ready. I might start today, actually. After this, when I go for a ride later today, I need to get out of the house eventually. Like, I work from home, so I need to go and just, see things. I think I might play some Christmas music on the drive.
I'm the total opposite. I get up, go to work, and I can't wait to be home.
That's most people. I like the car, though. The car is my tranquility place. Okay, so why don't we... You want to get into joint power rankings here, guys? Let's do it.
I think it's time.
All right, let's start this off. All right, so last week in the joint power rankings, here's what we had. From 1 to 10, we had the Rams, the Chiefs, the Bills. So the Bills lost. Colts, Lions, Seahawks, Steelers at 7. Sorry, Jack, that didn't age too well.
That would be the worst pick we've ever had.
We knew that at the moment.
Yeah, we knew that blew everything.
That's the worst pick we've ever had.
The Patriots at 8, the Eagles at 9, Ravens at 10. So I guess we only had the Bills and Steelers losing last week. And once again, not a bad power rankings. Oh, and I have a little gripe at the end of our power rankings that
the Bills
I may or may not let off my chest. So we can see how this goes, and then we could get into it. All right. Last week, Jack kicked it off with Baltimore at 10. He did that defensively, he said. Not sure if Jack feels similarly or not about Baltimore after a really impressive win on the road in Minnesota. Get the job done. Yeah, 1 game back at the Steelers in the AFC North. Yeah, I'm sorry. We tried our... I don't know if we tried our best.
I knew you had no chance to win that game deep down inside.
No, yeah. There was never a world.
I was hoping.
So that means Ziggy kicks it off this week. Ziggy, why don't you start things off at number 10?
At number 10, this may be a little bit low given that I think they're probably going to win the 1 seed in their conference, but I don't think they're nearly the best team in their conference. Still, great quarterback, improving defense, developing offense. This is where I'm going to put the New England Patriots.
Oh, you got to be kidding me, man. That's ridiculous.
To be higher?
Yes, I want them to be much higher.
Look, I'm sorry. The Patriots, they keep moving up my power rankings. They continue to play good football. I think 10 is exactly where they belong. Being the Buccaneers on the road was a nice win. It's their second best win of the season. And I think my ranking reflects the fact that they keep moving up, but I'm not going to... Every single team above them pretty much has proven more this year. And the one or two that we have above them that hasn't proven more this year has proven a lot more over previous years.
Ziggy has the Bengals above him.
Ziggy, Burrow's coming back.
You got the Bengals up there, Ziggy.
Ziggy,
The Bengals are 26.
This is the same exact crap last week that threw everything. All right.
Isn't Drake made the MVP favorite right now? Or is it Matthew Stafford?
Look, Drake May can win MVP
Stafford.
and they can win the 1 seed and they still might not be one of the best 5 teams in football. It happens.
Last week, we came on here when we had them at 8. So I think I had them personally at 9 or at 10. But we wound up having them at 8 in our joint power rankings. And I said the Patriots have had a lot of wins this season that have been convincing wins the games they've had, but not convincing opponents. And this week going into Tampa Bay, a team that a lot of people think is top 12, 13 in the league. Some people have them top 10. That would be an opportunity to prove it to a lot of folks. And there's folks. What the hell's wrong with it? What's going on with me over here? What's going on with me? Folks.
Folks is a great word.
Well, Nick says folks
That's
a lot.
all, folks.
My dad says folks a lot. So a lot of the people I'm around consistently say folks, and I guess it's wearing off on
folks
me.
is a fun word. I like it.
I don't. It's
folks?
fine. Yeah, hey, folks.
How's it going?
No, it's an old word.
It is.
You sound
yeah,
old.
My
Hey,
grandpa
folks,
says
how's it
folks.
go? Yeah. I'm like, I say guys for now, but I guess this is the transition point. But the Patriots convinced a lot of people, including me, that they can go on the road, beat good teams. They did it against Buffalo, and now they had a second one against Tampa Bay, Ziggy.
But going on the road and being able to beat good teams doesn't automatically mean you're one of the 5 or 6 best teams in football.
I never said they need to be one of the 5 or 6 best.
If you have them
they can't be 10.
And you're mad at me putting them at 10. That's ridiculous.
Well, I have them in the top 5, but
I mean, you think if you beat one good team on the road, you now get to go to the top 5, regardless of what any other team.
No, but when you're 8 and 2,
this is where I think record matters here, Ziggy. When you factor record into power rankings, being 8 and 2 in the current number 1 seed, I think it carries some weight.
The defense is flying around all over the place. May's been unbelievable. Travion Henderson finally has a breakout game.
Look, when you're considering the record, you also have to consider that they've played the single weakest schedule in the league up until this point.
But Ziggy, this is why after beating a good team on the road, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt because they've won.
I don't. I put them in the top 10. I think they're a good team. I don't have to think that because they've won 2 good games all season and played some close games against some bad teams, this automatically means they're one of the best teams in football.
Where are the Steelers? What do you have them?
I have the Steelers at, where have I got them on my list?
How far down?
I got Pittsburgh at 23.
Oh, so ahead of the Bengals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also one ahead of the Miami Dolphins.
Where do you have the Vikings?
21.
Oh, yes, you guys ahead of us.
Well, all right. This is enough talking about the Patriots at number 2.
I'm very disappointed in that. Let's bring it over to me now, you always put me in a bad spot. I'm going to put, okay.
This can't be that hard. I put a team in your top 10 in the top 10. It cannot be this hard to figure out where to put
that's because I don't like the team that I have at 10 right now, but I'm going to put them there. I have the Bills now at 9, and I feel like if you get blasted by the Dolphins, you just don't belong on the list. Like you can't be on the list. But the game they played before was a big win at home over Kansas City. I guess this is more of a, what do I say?
Like a hangover spot.
What do I say the power rankings are if you're playing a team on a neutral field this week who I think is going to win? I still pick the Bills over, 2/3 of the league. And there might have to be an exception of if you get blown out by like the Browns or the Dolphins, you're just off for a week. But because of I was really hoping that you guys were gonna, like Ziggy, you were gonna put the Broncos or something at 10 or the Chargers, some team that would like force me to leave Buffalo out. But I'm gonna put them in here. They were horrible.
We listed my 11 and 12 teams, by the way.
I actually had the Bills at number 9.
I mean, you can't lose to the Dolphins like that.
It's a tough loss.
It's a horrible, horrible loss for them. And they have no passing attack right now. We talked about, who did we say it was malpractice by the Steelers, not getting weapons for Aaron Rodgers. It's been malpractice for the Bills not getting Josh Allen weapons. And it's a ugly scene there. It's just how much faith do you have in Josh Allen at this point because no one else is stepping up who needs to. So I have him at 9. That wasn't a convincing rant about a top 10 team, but I still have them there.
Well, I know who got pasted by those guys the week before.
Yeah.
Was the Chiefs.
Yeah.
However, The Chiefs being the current Super Bowl favorite, which I think is pretty absurd, probably deserves to be higher on the list. And I know if I put the Chiefs at 8, there's going to be a certain team that finds themselves at like 5, which is absurd. So I'm going to put Baltimore at 8, just so they're not 5.
A little more defense again?
A little more defense with the Ravens.
I actually don't hate Baltimore at 8.
Listen.
In fact, I have them there.
We have seen what this team can be now, unfortunately, with Lamar Jackson back. And I know like they're good. They're a contender. Unfortunately, I hate to admit it. But still, haven't taken over first place yet.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
But I wouldn't put them in the top 5 quite yet. Definitely top 10. They're number 8.
Yeah, where you want to rank the Ravens just depends a lot on how much of Lamar Jackson's history you want to consider. Because their next 4 games coming up are the Jets. Maybe they'll have Joe Burrow and the Bengals for Thanksgiving, in which case that game looks a little more real, even though it's still the worst defense since the 2012 Saints. The Steelers, the Bengals again. And then finally they close with the Patriots, Packers, and Steelers. But until you get to like late December, they don't play a real defense. So, I mean, you can consider that as you want, and I think that's why the Ravens are so different in different people's power rankings, but they're just a tough team to evaluate.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just like so unfortunate. It's hard. Now they're almost pretty much back to 500 and playing like most of their losses without Lamar. You really can't. It's tough to have them outside of the top 10 at this point, even though I would like to. But I still want to see a couple more wins before they get higher than number 8.
I mean, what are some of their losses, right? With Lamar,
the
Lions, which was a great game until
Chiefs,
Baltimore pulled away. The Chiefs
Bills.
worked them, and then the Bills was in Buffalo, a game that they dominated until the end when Henry fumbled. So I can't get on the Ravens too much for those early seasons. I mean, yeah, they lost those games, but these are a lot of teams that are in people's top 10 still. The defense, by the way, too, the last 4 weeks as they've gotten healthier, all 4 of their opponents under 20 points. That includes the Rams in there. A game they lost, yes, but without Lamar, held the Rams to 17. That unit's getting better as well. Just ask the Vikings. So Lamar's knee is flaring up. He's going to play in all likelihood this week. You just got to watch his health.
They need him to play.
Oh, yeah,
he needs more games.
Now being only a game out too.
I don't mind it though at 8. Ziggy, take us to 7.
All right. At number 7, this is a nice little opportunity to put in the team I've actually got at number 7.
You like opportunities?
I like a good little opportunity in the power rankings.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
At number 7, we're going to slot in a team with a quarterback that's had some ups and downs this season. It's had a run game that's up and down. There's a defense that's stockpiled with talent, but sometimes it clicks. Usually it clicks. Occasionally it doesn't.
Oh, no.
They're coming off a really, really big game. And a nice win for them. I'm going to put in the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
I'm not sold on the Eagles, and there's some part of me, if I were doing my power rankings the way that my algorithm tells me, the Packers should be ahead of the Eagles. But I just can't do it. I don't believe in the Eagles offense. I do not believe in the play calling. I do not believe in Jalen Hurts. At this point, I don't know what to make of AJ Brown. I think he's just a troll.
So do I.
A troll that is causing problems. But the defense is good. The offense is good enough. I continue to say for Green Bay that I think talent will beat out bad coaching. I should say the same thing for the Eagles. I like all the teams I have ahead of them more, but this is where I'm going to put Philly.
Well, they keep winning.
I mean, I can't say I hate it. They do keep winning. 7-2? I think the current number 1 seed.
They are 7-2. Yeah.
I mean,
this is just. People talk about the Packers and their meltdown losses. You should say the same. That game in New York was just a meltdown.
I mean, Philly too. Like, yes, there's a nice. Of course, to go win at Lambeau at night is big. It's not easy, but they only scored 10 points themselves.
No, I mean, but you sign up for any win.
100%, yeah. But I do think there are teams right now better than the Eagles.
They feel like a team that's ready to implode, but they just have so much talent. I mean, the defense has been playing well lately. And this A.J. Brown situation, though, I really can't remember anything like it. Terrell Owens was working out in his driveway and having news reporters come up to him there. But as far as like a disgruntled receiver, for anyone who doesn't know, he went on a stream with one of his friends playing Madden, and he spammed himself the ball then started saying while running to the end zone, like, enjoy these highlights. This is what you're going to get from me this year.
Then he called his kid over and is like, see, this is what your dad can do.
Yeah. He's just like, if you have me in fantasy, drop me. And it's all really funny.
I cannot believe the Steelers didn't make a move for A.J. Brown. I can't believe it.
The Eagles don't want to trade him, and they keep coming out and saying it's just who he is. It's not a problem.
But isn't that bizarre? Because the reporters are going up to him in the locker room saying, what's going on here? And he says, well, I'm not apologizing for it. Everyone can see what's going on. Everyone knows how I feel. And the Eagles players, like, he is just blatantly saying, I'm miserable here, and I hate it here. And everyone else on the team is just like, yeah, this AJ. Like, yeah, we just got to deal with it.
That's hysterical.
And they're actually not using him. I mean, they threw to him two times before the fourth down.
Did he have 13 yards last game?
Yeah. He had 2 catches for 13 yards, and then he had his third target was the fourth down target at the end of the game.
Right, yeah.
Like, he doesn't want to be there. And you have to imagine at some point that's actually going to impact his effort on the field, right? I mean, I have to imagine.
Well, it has. Like, he hasn't been.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how hard AJ Brown's trying. I'm sure when he, if you don't try playing football, I'm assuming that's when you get hurt. But there's got to be some degree of him. Like, if you just naturally are miserable at your job, you're not going to show up performing your best. And they need him. Mm-hmm. Like, I think they really need him if they're going to repeat as champions, because Saquon has not been himself. And then you're really left with Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. So it's really bad there. And it's kind of amazing that they're 7-2.
Yeah, man, I guess just keep winning.
Ziggy, do you think it's more likely the Eagles implode and get bounced in the first round, or go to the NFC Championship game?
Given that they've got an inside track on the 1 seed, I'm inclined to say NFC Championship game. If they beat Detroit this week, the 1 seed's more or less theirs. And in that case, it's impossible for them to flame out in the wild card round. But it's not, I mean, this is just a weird team. I don't know if the talent's going to click. In 2023, things felt like this, and then they collapsed down the stretch. Difference is this year, they appear to have a defense. I have no idea what Philadelphia is going to do. They could win another Super Bowl. They could lose in the first round.
I'm realizing right now that I'm going to be the one who gets yelled at for this power rankings because of what's happening here. And I'm going to be yelled at because of what's happening right now. Like,
Wait, Philly hosts Detroit, right?
Philly hosts Detroit.
They're going to win that game.
I'm not putting the Chargers. I'm not putting the Broncos here. Like, I refuse to put the Broncos here at 6. I don't care that they're 8-2. I'm going to put the Chargers here. I don't like the Chargers at 6. I'm Ziggy, you're like shaking your head. Like, well, who else do you want me to put at 6? You did this.
You don't want to know the answer. You do not want to know the answer.
I don't want to know the answer. All right, I'm going to put the Chargers at 6. I don't like it, but the defense has been balling out, and Herbert is doing enough, right? I think he's been decent. He hasn't looked MVP level or anything. They're surviving without Hampton. Vidal's he's been pretty good backing him up.
It's amazing against the Steelers.
It was amazing against the Steelers. He was great against the Vikings. Vidal's played very well. But they'll be getting Hampton back at some point. I think that'll give them a little jolt, no pun intended. So I'm gonna put LA at 6. I hate it. This is just a product of the joint power rankings. But 7-3, they're kind of a sneaky 7-3. Unfortunately, they're here.
I mean, the Chargers looked pretty darn good on Sunday night. I watched that game.
But I think that was more you guys being bad.
They made us bad.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I like to say. But no, you're probably right. Yeah, I'm also in agreement. Just the way our power rankings are falling. Like, I don't know if the Chargers are the number 6 team in the league, but the way that it's currently trending, I don't hate the pick for where it is.
I just don't know who else. You could. The argument would be Denver, and I think the Broncos suck. So I'm not doing it. Ziggy, all right, Jack, that brings us to 5.
See, I'm down to 2 teams, both in the same division. 5, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. With the Chiefs at 5. I was down to the Chiefs with the Broncos. Like, it's hard to leave.
It can't be the Broncos.
Like, it's hard. Like, Denver being 8-2, and I'm a record guy.
You're not a record guy.
No, I am.
You're not a record guy.
I'm a huge record guy. Like,
but we do the same argument every week now.
But it's just, It's just so hard. I can't put Denver over Kansas City.
Because you're not a record guy. You know. Because you know
Okay,
know what team's better.
I know the Chiefs are better than the Broncos.
In your heart, you know. Yeah, and you'll see it this weekend when Kansas City goes into Denver and wins.
Oh, but that's what they're playing. Oh, in Denver they're playing?
Denver, yeah.
Denver's going to beat them. But for now, I'll put Kansas City at 5.
All right, Chiefs at 5. Ziggy, 4. Oh, come on.
So here's a problem.
Come on, man. It's
5, 4, and 3 are all out in my power rankings. They've already been put up there. So this means there's 2 teams. I've got my 1 and 2 are going to be 1 and 2 in these rankings. So there's 2 empty spots.
Let's see the Colts how they suck.
I one of these teams I know is going to make it into the top 10, so I don't have to put them here. So I can slot in the team that I've got maybe a little bit. I'm going to put the Green Bay Packers in right here. They're coming off a tough loss. They are, in fact, I'll admit I engaged a little trickery. They are, in fact, higher than the Philadelphia Eagles in my power rankings. I know the teams that I've got, every team I've got ahead of Green Bay is going to make it into this top 3, so I'm not worried at all.
Legitimately,
I'm quite happy to put Green Bay in here. It's right where Vegas has them, one of the 4 or 5 best teams in the league. They've got the talent of one of the 4 or 5 best teams in the league.
No, I don't think they have the talent.
Pay off.
I don't think they have the talent of one of the 4 or 5 best teams in the league.
Yeah, wait, that's absurd.
Tell that to Vegas. Tell it to the odds makers.
This is horrendous, Ziggy.
So we had them.
They're not. Ziggy, they are.
If you think the Packers are not a top 10 team, what you should do is go home right now and bet against the spread on the Packers every single game. No,
Ziggy. I don't think that they're not a top 10 team, but they are not. Vegas does not have them higher than 1, 2, 3,
no, you're
4
looking
teams.
At Super Bowl rankings. You should not be looking at Super Bowl rankings.
What should I be looking at?
Super Bowl rankings don't tell you what it is.
What do you want to look at? Conference? Like what?
No, what you need to look at is the spreads relative to their opponents. You can take a look at this. The spread-derived power rankings have Green Bay at 5 in Vegas. They got the Eagles at 4. The Eagles aren't there, so that's just what it is.
What are you, a spread guy? Like you can't make your own power rankings?
We had Green Bay just to defend the fact I think the Packers have a lot of talent.
These guys what do you stink want right now.
This is the glory of our power ranking, because last week we had the Packers out of the top 10, and then they lose at home to Philly, scoring 7 points.
They jump ahead of the Eagles.
No.
This week we have Philly at 7 and the Packers at 4.
This is what people say when they're like, "You guys glaze the Packers," and I see the comments when some people get upset. Usually not Packers fans. They're like, "I miss the days when you guys didn't glaze the Packers." I'm like, dude,
look, it's bad for viewership for me to put them up here. I'm putting my credibility on the line, and people don't like it. But this is where the Packers. I mean, it's not.
But like we haven't been glazing them. This week we said their coach might get fired. We left them off the power rankings, and we just eviscerated them basically all week on Herman and our reaction. And now we have them at 4 in the power rankings.
They just lost to Carolina and the Eagles.
Look, they're coming off some bad weeks. I totally agree.
How can you have them over Indianapolis?
I think they're a better team than Indianapolis. If they played right now, the Packers would be favored. That's demonstrably true.
Even if that is true, I think it is in fact punished.
Demonstrably true. The Packers would be favored over the Colts by about a point on a neutral.
Now you see why I'm a record guy.
Well, so Paul, you should be on my side here. If you're saying who'll be favored on a neutral field,
yeah, you should be on Ziggy's side.
Green Bay Packers.
I think this for a fact. I mean, I think if they played this week, the Colts would win.
I agree with that.
I'm saying I understand your philosophy, but I think the Colts would win.
I think it's a bad philosophy.
Okay, at 3, I'm going to put the Lions. I'll put Detroit here at 3. What are you smiling at? This makes sense. The Lions would beat the Colts.
That's not the team I would have put at 3.
Who's the team you would have put at 3?
I would have put Seattle at 3.
Well, no, we're gonna properly rank Seattle and the Rams.
Seattle's 1.
We're gonna have So I had the Lions 3. You're gonna put the Rams at 2. Well, hold on. You don't know it's Ziggy here. It's Ziggy.
The Broncos.
Oh, there are the Broncos at 8-2, the Colts at 8-2, and the Rams at 8, or the Seahawks at 8-2. I actually don't know who Ziggy's going to put.
You're right. Well, he hates the Colts.
I mean, for me, the Seahawks and the Colts are very close. The Broncos are a little bit behind them, but I think Seattle's the best team of those 3. So I'm putting Seattle at 1.
Okay. So our ranking goes, jeez. Son of a bitch, Ziggy. Patriots 10 from Ziggy. I put the Bills at 9. Jack put Baltimore at 8. Ziggy put the Eagles at 7. I put the Chargers at 6. 5 Chiefs from Jack. 4 Packers from Ziggy. Unreal. 3 Lions from me. 2 Rams from Jack and Ziggy. The Seahawks at 1.
Can I just give you my power rankings so we can see how we got here?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
Patriots 10, Colts 9, Eagles 8, Packers 7, Seahawks 6, Ravens 5, Bills 4, Chiefs 3, Lions 2, Rams 1.
I can't put the Bills that high right now.
Where were the Bills, Ziggy?
4.
I can't put Buffalo at 4 right now. I can't put Green Bay at 7 right now. I have to put Seattle higher right now.
But people are going to try and convince you that the Bucs and the Bills are about the same team, and they're just not.
No, I think Buffalo would win, but
yeah,
I can't put Buffalo.
There's a reason they're favored by a touchdown this weekend.
I'm not comparing the Bills to the Bucs. I'm comparing the Bills to the Rams, Seahawks, Chiefs, Lions, Patriots, Colts, Eagles, Ravens, Chargers. Like I'm comparing.
The Bills are better than most of those teams. Well, about half those teams.
I will say, for anyone upset, by the way, about Denver, like I just don't want to hear it.
I've got Denver at 11.
Yeah, I mean, I got Denver pretty high.
I'm assuming you have them at like 7 or 6.
I had Denver at, no, I think I had Denver at, yeah, 7. They're my 7.
The Broncos guys have beaten the Titans, the Bengals without Burrow. The Eagles was a really nice win but crazy comeback. The Jets barely. The Giants crazy comeback. Dallas, that was a nice win. The Texans without Stroud, they had a comeback against Davis Mills. And then they looked horrible against the Raiders on Thursday Night Football. These guys stink.
I mean,
they'll be bounced in the
stink.
No, they're not good. Their defense is Bo Nix and the offense is bad. They'll be bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
Sounds like the Chiefs last year.
They go to the Super Bowl.
Barely skating by, not looking that good, but had a good record, so we put them pretty high.
But they went to the Super. They defend. Look, if the Broncos go,
Denver can't.
If the Broncos advance to the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, I will be the very first one to come out and say I was completely wrong, like totally wrong. Congratulations to Denver.
Yeah, we're responsive to evidence on this show.
Are they 3 games ahead of the Chiefs right now?
Kansas City's 5-4. Well, they're 2 games in the loss column up.
If the Broncos win,
they can win the
week, they win the division.
Well, the Chargers are still there.
Oh, the Chargers,
but they could basically end the Chiefs' hopes of winning the division.
Could you imagine like a 4-5 matchup? You got Pittsburgh at Denver.
Maybe I was a little harsh when I said they stink, Ziggy. The Broncos don't stink. But I don't know, man.
They're slightly above average team.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree on that. I think they can beat
teams that are putrid. Do not. I don't care what their schedules. They don't win as many games as the Broncos.
I think they can beat the Chiefs at home. Like I do not think they'll win an Arrowhead at all. But they could definitely win this. Like this is a massive, massive game. We all know for Denver, and they could very well win it. I don't think the Chiefs are that much better than Denver. On the road in Denver.
No, I'm the same way. Yeah.
But I can't. People are going to have the Broncos at like 6 and 5 in their power rankings because they're 8 and 2, and to me, they're closer to 11 or 12.
Hey, record matters.
Record matters for the Broncos. Like looking, I know we'll talk about the game a little bit, but getting Dobbins and Pat Surtain back, they may or may not get them this weekend. It has a huge impact on how they are for this Chiefs game.
Yeah.
Like the Broncos are hurt. I mean, everybody's hurt at this point in the season, but their best player on defense and their second most important player on offense are hurt.
All right, let's get over to Zig or Zag.
This is going to be a rare Zig or Zag because we are recording on Thursday. This will be the first Zig or Zag of the season that does not have a bet for Thursday Night Football.
Wait, yeah. I guess that's an important thing we should say to people as we're recording before.
Yes.
Oh gosh, if New England loses,
I mean, if New England loses to the Jets, then
our power rankings make sense.
And I'm already going to get beat.
Where's that game
It doesn't
tonight?
really matter.
Is it in New England?
It's in New England.
Yeah, I'm willing to make a fool of myself on this show. I do it all the time. There is no way on this planet the New York Jets are going to head to New England and win a game. I will say, I'm in Boston right now. There is a storm coming.
Ziggy,
go to the game.
Ziggy, if the Jets win, though, it actually will make our graphic look a little more reasonable tomorrow.
Oh, 100%.
So that could...
100%.
That could be big.
If the Pats go to 9 and 2 and they're sitting at number 10, people might question the ranking. But
a loss to the Jets and people will be like, "Oh yeah, you lose to the Jets at home. Like,
yeah,
you got to fall a little bit."
You're a big Jets fan.
Ziggy could be a little bit of future predictions here. Okay, go ahead, Ziggy.
We're starting off. It's game of the week. Green Bay Packers had to play the New York Giants. Should be a really, really exciting game. I'm not going to try and hype this game up anymore. This game is going to be a rough one, but I think it will be rough primarily for the Giants. Green Bay, this is a great bounce back spot for them. They've got a lot of players who are ready to finally get something going on offense. But with that said, the weakness for this Giants is not their passing defense. It is their running defense. I think Green Bay is going to do the Matt LaFleur special. They're going to grind it out on the ground with who knows who. And Jordan Love is going to throw for under 250 passing yards.
Ooh, taking the Love under.
I think he's going to be a Sam Darnold special where it's a lot of highly efficient passing and a good run game that take him through this. And they're just going to comfortably win.
I mean, I'm a Giants guy. They're letting me down. Like they're getting these leads and blowing it every week. They can't quite close. But since I'm a Giants guy, I'll bet a Packers under. So I'll zig.
I like this, Ziggy. I like this a lot. LaFleur came out, despite what fans are saying about, let's open it up again. LaFleur has basically doubled down, saying we need to establish the run. Giants have a good defensive line, so there is a world where, with the way the Packers' offensive line has performed, that they could shut Jacobs down. That also means that if you throw the ball a million times, you're opening Love up to some mistakes with Burns and Lawrence and those monsters coming out.
I think under 231 is a reasonable line.
I think Jordan Love's going to throw for 187 yards exactly against the Giants. I'm going to go under.
Paul, you've got to find a sports book that can take that.
I can see like 187 yards and I'll have he might have like 3 touchdowns.
Like 2 touchdowns. I think I can see that. I
can see Love being like 16 for 21, 187 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go 202 yards.
Yeah.
I can see like 202, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, something like that.
Yeah, I like this, Ziggy. I think your head's in the right spot.
Yeah, you can double zig.
All right, let's see what else.
All right. The Cincinnati Bengals had to play the Steelers. Jack, who's the best player in this game?
Joe Flacco.
Wrong. Try again.
Chris Boswell?
Correct. The over-under for the longest field goal made, period. Not even by the team here, is over-under 50.5 yards. Let's not forget. The Bengals don't have a terrible kicker either. Evan McPherson has been known to hit some long bombs. I'm taking over 50.5 yards. It's the modern NFL. Teams are kicking long field goals. The Steelers at some point are going to have to face like a 55, 56 yard field goal on like 4th and 8 with Chris Boswell. The Boster hits the over.
Oh, that bet will hit on the first drive. We'll drive down to the 40-yard line, stall. He'll make a 57-yarder.
Yeah, I'm feeling like 58 yard. I see that.
That's sick.
There's no way the longest field goal in this game is under 50 yards.
Any concern that
he'll drill a 55-yarder at some point?
Is there any concern about the field at Acrisure? That's just been horrendous, and Notre Dame's playing there.
But Boswell plays on that field every week.
I know, we've seen him slipping around like crazy. And I'm not actually trying to just joke around.
Well, no, it's only that one
Notre
time.
Dame and Pitt are playing this weekend, right? They're like the day before. That field's probably going to be a disaster.
Yeah, but you also got to look like he'll get so many attempts because the Pittsburgh offense stalls at the 35-yard line.
Like every time.
Every time.
He's going to come out and just...
Yeah, like he gets 50-plus yard attempts 3 times a game.
Okay. So field is not a concern at all.
He can go 1 for 3 on 50-plus yarders. He'll get the attempts because we can't get inside the 35-yard line.
I'm going to take it with you. I'll zig as well. But that's just something I'm thinking about, given what we've seen earlier.
He's only had that one mishap, though, Boswell.
Yeah, but people have come out. There's been several weeks where it's like that field has been a nightmare.
But then against the Packers, he drilled like everything the week after.
Was Pitt at home that week?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, it was Pitt at home. Yeah, Pitt hosted NC State the day before.
No, my concerns are alleviated. All right, Ziggy. Two zigs from each of us so far.
All right, third game, we're going to the actual game of the week. The Detroit Lions play the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a great game.
Saquon Barkley, his rushing line for this weekend is 69.5 yards. Do you know how many times he's gone over that this season?
3, 2.
Oh, wow.
The Detroit Lions have an explosive offense. They're going to score some points. The Eagles are going to have to keep up. And Saquon Barkley, I mean, I know he's coming off a great game against the Giants a couple of weeks ago. But before then, right between the Chiefs game and the Giants game, he'd run for 46, 43, 30, 58, 44. Jeez. Put up 60 last weekend in a grindy win. A lot of his value is coming from receptions, not on the ground. the Lions are not going to be the exception here. I know they've got their run game, but the Eagles are not going to try and match it. They're going to try and beat the Lions in the air with the Eagles banged up secondary. I'm taking Saquon under 69.5 yards here. I never like betting against star players performing in big games, but I just don't think he's going to get the opportunity.
I don't hate where your head is.
I need to look at something.
It alarms me, or it makes me a little nervous and scared to bet against Barkley under his rushing yards.
If you'd done it every week, you'd be a rich man.
I know. Then the week I'll do it, he'll have 150 rushing yards.
The Chiefs. I'm looking right now. I mean, I'm not the Chiefs. I'm looking at the Lions against the Chiefs.
I think I got a zag. Unfortunately,
other than Aaron Jones, it's really been since September 28th that the Lions allowed an individual rusher that many yards.
But I feel like Barkley, and he pointing up a 35-yard run.
But the thing is, they keep bringing out Will Shipley too, right? Barkley is not. As weird as it is to say, Barkley is not the only guy that gets touches in this offense. I mean, Will Shipley is out touching A.J. Brown.
I was surprised at how often they use Shipley against Green Bay, against us. That feels almost a little bit like preservation, right? That they know they're going to coast to a division. Maybe the ones but this could be the game now where they go like, all right, time to uncork them.
If that was going to be your game,
I guess
that
you
would
do
have been your opportunity in a 3-point win over the Packers too.
You also don't want me triple zigging. So like 2 and 1 is perfect. You want me zagging 1 because then they'll probably go over 3. So I'm going to zag that.
I think I'm going to actually zig it. I agree with you on their usage of Barkley more in the passing game.
Do you like to zig?
I clearly I do. I'm going to go 3 for 3 with them. And despite the ludicrous targets that AJ Brown will get in this game, I think that, no, I'm just joking around. I'm with you, Ziggy. I'll zig.
What is the AJ Brown game? 12 catches, 175
No, I think he's so miserable. I think he's just completely, I think he's done. I'm just looking here.
That's Ziggy. You got 2 and 1 and 3 and 0.
Detroit's run defense has been pretty good this year.
You got a 5 and 1.
Yeah, 5 for 1, Ziggy. Congratulations, nice job. That automatically means you're 3-0.
Congratulations, nice job for being 5 and 1, and not for whether or not it's actually going to work.
Well, we have Love under 231.5, right?
Yep.
Boswell over 50.5.
As long as kicking that game.
Any kicker
over 50.5.
That's the best. I'm going to bet that.
Yeah, because Evan McPherson's not a bum.
And
I'm going to bet that.
Barkley under 69.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be betting on the longest kick in the Steeler game.
That'll bring us to our game picks. We'll skip the Thursday night game. You know what? Let's just say we all think the Patriots are going to win. So,
next.
If we're wrong, we're wrong. The Commanders go to Miami. The Dolphins are 2.5-point favorites. Jaden Daniels out. A big theme of this week. You'll be seeing backup quarterbacks a lot.
I have to make a pick in a game where the Dolphins are favorites.
This might have been a bit of a rejuvenation for the Dolphins. I said it last week. I think that the Commanders are currently a dead team, like Virginia Tech. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins, win 2 in a row.
The last time I was watching the Commanders, I watched some of the Lions game with my roommate, and I said, sometimes you forget that every quarterback in the NFL is actually pretty good at throwing the ball, except Anthony Richardson. And Marcus Mariota made some really impressive passes against the Lions. That's a guy, he's not great at football, but he is good. The Dolphins can't keep this up. I think the Commanders are going to get it done in a stunner in Miami.
I love how he's a pro quarterback. He's not great at football, but he's good.
He's not like a top tier guy.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Any quarterback in the NFL can make a throw where you go, wow, that's unbelievable.
Oh, I know what you're saying.
And you forget that because the great ones are just the ones that do it regularly.
Yeah.
It's not the turbulence that Philly has, but there's not many teams in the league that are more disheartened right now than the Commanders. I think Dolphins minus 2.5 is one of my favorite bets of the week. Which should mean everyone should run to the Commanders.
I love the Dolphins too, but
I'm all over them. It feels like the Dolphins have had culture problems for a long time. Don't you think after beating the Bills at home, they're going to be full of themselves, thinking, "Hey, we just won a big game. We just beat our rival. Way to go!" And then just get clobbered by.
No, I don't. I think the Dolphins are so wacky and off the charts at this point that I don't think anything will impact.
I think Washington seems like more dead of a team than Miami.
Yeah, the Commanders feel dead. The Dolphins just feel like they're kind of like, F it, let's let it rip. And
Yeah.
Tua can do it. Like, they come out, speaking of like how A.J. Brown's just firing off, the Dolphins, McDaniel and Tua just come out and say whatever they want. Like, they don't care.
McDaniel's he looks like he's like dead asleep and on drugs in the
McDaniel goes up and they're like, yeah, you trolling Bills fans? He's like, well, that AI is amazing.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Dude, then he's like, he's like, I live around there, so yeah, maybe that was me.
He's actually trolling reporters. He knows he's screwed and he's just going, all right, I'm just gonna screw around here. But that's amazingly, if the Dolphins go on a little win streak here, could Mike McDaniel save his job, do you think? Is there a chance?
I don't think at this point.
He has to have something over Stephen Ross, right? There has to be like.
No, I think they're just waiting. There's no point in firing your coach now. I think they're just waiting until the end of the season.
I think so too. But I also don't think Tua is bad, unlike producer Zach. And I love Miami minus 2.5. The Bears go to Minnesota, where I cannot understand these Vikings lines. The Vikings are 2.5-point favorites against Chicago. That basically is just we're favored because we're at home. But the past few weeks, right? Like, what were 3.5 point? Were we favored over Philly? No, I think Philly was like a 2 or 3.5 point favorite.
3.5 point dogs,
and we were 3.5 point dogs to the Ravens as well.
Yeah.
Like, any Viking, I don't know. The Vikings spreads have been weird.
I bet on Minnesota against the Ravens last week.
Yeah, no, I wish I should have told you.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings in this game. I think they win this game at home against the Bears. We're gonna scold.
Ziggy. When's the last time you picked us, Ziggy? Has to be like
Ziggy's picking
September.
the Bears. Ziggy's picking the Bears. What would Weston Dell want you to do?
Bears.
What would Weston Dell want you to do, Ziggy?
Weston probably
there was no financial transaction here. Look, I'll tell you this. I've been a Vikings doomer the past 4 weeks. They're 1-3 over those 4 weeks. So I don't feel like you can be on me for hating on the Vikings when they lost to the Eagles. They got murdered by the Chargers. They did beat the Lions in Detroit. Great win. And then that Ravens game just happened. No, I'm taking the Bears. I might not pick the Vikings rest of season.
Well, what
Weston paid Ziggy to say that.
What Ziggy's forgetting here is that those 4 teams he rattled off are all top. Chargers were 6 in our power rankings. Eagles were 7. Ravens were 8. And the who was that?
Let's look at our other losses.
Lions
to
were
the
3.
Atlanta Falcons, for instance.
Oh, that's way earlier. There's a new 9 has not been introduced at that point yet. So
yeah, 9 was introduced last week, Paul.
9 got a little unlucky that Jefferson tripped. People are forgetting we were winning the game at halftime against Baltimore, and then it all went to hell.
Pittsburgh was winning the game at halftime against Green Bay.
Chicago.
Hey, after 3 quarters.
Chicago.
Not just half. After 3.
Chicago will win this game if they can force 2 turnovers, which seems
Paul, you could have
likely.
just stopped after the first 5 words.
Chicago will win this game. I will obviously pick the Vikings because my homerism will tilt to Minnesota every time. But Chicago, despite their record at 6-3, and I applaud their late game heroics and their willingness to hang around and make big plays happen when they need to. They can eat. This can easily be like what are they 6-3? This could easily be a 3-6 team. I think we'll win at home. We seem to have. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not actually going to jinx anything. I think we're going to win at home. Skull.
I could say it. I think the Vikings at home against teams who aren't like considered to be very, very good.
Except Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a fluke. But for the most part, the Vikings at home against teams who like they should beat or like on their level, they beat. Like we're thinking in the same wavelength.
Let's pay attention to Jonathan Grenard as well. That is a very big piece.
I'm very worried about that injury.
Well, for this week, right?
Yeah,
for this week. Chicago needs to win this game. I get that they're 6-3. They need to win this game because this is one of those where if you're a real deal playoff team, you have to be able to beat the Vikings in the state that they're in right now. The Packers go to the Giants, 7-point favorites. I'm assuming we're all on Green Bay here. Anyone want to step up? Green Bay to cover. I'm on them to cover too.
I think the Packers bounce back pretty big.
The Panthers at the Falcons. What a fun one.
I'll give them a big time revenge spot here. They got embarrassed the first time, so I'll go with the Falcons now to get them back. 30 zip the first time, right?
Yeah, 30-0.
I got it.
One of the weirder games of the year.
Yeah, I'll take the Falcons.
I guess I think the Falcons are better. Sure, even though Drake London's limited, as long as he plays, I'll take Atlanta.
I don't have to guess. The Falcons are better than the Panthers. I don't know what happened that first time they played. I really don't. That was before Rico Dowdle was even a thing, so I'm not sure what's happened there. But Atlanta's been they've been sneaky lately. They're hanging around these games. Obviously they beat Buffalo.
Could have beat New England on the road,
but could have beat New England on the road. Barely
the Colts to overtime.
Yeah, lose to the Colts in overtime. But then they have like the weird 34-10 loss to Miami. Like they're just a strange team. So I'm going to go Atlanta because I think they're more talented.
I think after losing to a bad team, though, 30-0, you'll come home and get them back. One would imagine you pay Carolina back.
The Chargers go to Jacksonville. LA is a 3-point favorite. This is the first time they've squared off, I believe, since that playoff game with the wild Jacksonville comeback.
I'm going to go the Chargers. It's tough to pick the Jags.
You can't pick the Jags.
Yeah, it's tough to pick the Jags. I'm going to go the Chargers. I saw what they can do on Sunday Night Football, and they looked pretty darn good, so I got LA flying across the country and coming home with the dub.
There's the time zone factor. You're going to Jacksonville. We have seen AFC West contenders lose their minds in Jacksonville.
It is 10 a.m.
You know what? It's going to be a 10 a.m. game for the Chargers. You're in Jaguar territory. I'm taking Duval to win this one.
This team was up 29.
10 a.m.
This team was up 29-10 on the Davis Mills-led Texans last week in the fourth quarter, and got outscored 26-0 by the Davis Mills-led Texans.
So Paul, they beat the Raiders in overtime.
They stink.
Oh, so they're hungry.
I said that the Jaguars were unpickable. I said the Texans were unpickable.
They got a sour taste in their mouth.
Basically, after the Colts, the whole AFC South is unpickable, which puts me in a really tough predicament later on, which you'll see. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this one.
Yeah, another predicament.
There's
No, well, you're thinking of the Chargers at home, not the Chargers on the road.
No,
Chargers on the road.
The Jaguars are unpickable.
Nearly lost to the Dolphins. The Chargers on the road nearly lost to the Titans. The Chargers on the road lost to the Giants.
They're not going to lose to the Jags. The Bengals go to the Steelers. Pittsburgh's a 5.5-point favorite, even after their loss to the Bengals just a few weeks ago.
I hate playing against Joe Flacco because
he doesn't care.
He seems to beat us and just have his field days every single time. However, I do think that we escaped this one, so I'm going Pittsburgh.
Do they
at
cover?
Home off a beating? I would lean Pittsburgh -5.5. Yes. I'm going to say
Pittsburgh's going to cover this. I'm very happy with I'm happy to pick the Steelers in this spot.
I'm going to say 24-14 or something like that.
Yeah, if there was ever a spot for Pittsburgh's offense to get back on track, it would be against the Bengals.
The first time these teams played, our offense was amazing. It's just the defense couldn't stop the Bengals.
Flacco's put up, since the Green Bay game, right? So they put up 18 in that one. Since then, he's put up 33, 38, 42.
Yeah, he's been amazing.
And then they asked him, "Hey, do you what's going through your mind with the demotion coming up once Joe Burrow comes back?" And he just goes, "I don't really care." I mean, Flacco's 39 or whatever years old, 38, 40, and he's just ripping it. I think this will be a really fun one again, just like the Thursday night one.
Oh, he'll be slinging it around.
Oh yeah, it will be a lot of fun to watch.
Pittsburgh secondary sucks.
Fantasy players are going to go nuts in this game again. I think at home Pittsburgh will find a way, and Pittsburgh actually needs this game. This is a must win for Pittsburgh. How close is Cincinnati though? I'm trying to remember. What are they? Are they 3 what's their record right now? Cincinnati is 3-6. I mean, if they win this game, they're a game. What do you mean? If they win this game, they're one game back in the division.
They're not catching.
That's insanity. They can be one game back in the division. Then they have New England at home, and then at Baltimore in a game where Burrow might be back. So you're telling me right now, wait a second, if they beat Pittsburgh, they're one back in the loss column, host New England, and then the next 3 with Burrow back would be at Baltimore and Lamar, at Buffalo and Josh Allen, versus the Ravens and Lamar. You're going to get 3 straight weeks of Burrow, Lamar, or Burrow, Allen. With the Bengals, how are they so bad and always relevant?
Well, they're not going to win it this week in Pittsburgh.
The Bengals are wins against the Jets and wins against the Bears where they scored 42 points away from running away with this division.
Look at this.
That's exactly the problem. They didn't win those games.
No. The defense is terrible. I'm going to go Pittsburgh, but The Bengals, shockingly, actually amazingly, are not out of it.
I want to say one thing. Actually, I'll say it before my cap. Go ahead.
Oh, sure. No, you want to say it now?
No. It'll fit well going to.
All right, let's get through these games here. The Bucs at the Bills. Buffalo, a 5.5-point home favorite.
I got the Bills off a brutal loss.
Yeah, the Bills win this one easily.
Yep, I'm with you on Buffalo here. Tampa Bay, speaking of teams that need both of these teams need a win, but Tampa is someone who we were all so high on so early in the year. I'm sorry. When I say we, I mean a lot of people.
I was big on the Bucs.
Yeah, everybody on the show except me who correctly said they were a borderline top 10.
They've come back down to earth. It's still a good team. Not throwing shade on the Bucs, but
they're a borderline top 10 football team.
This would be a great win. All right, here's the predicament, guys. The Texans are 5.5-point favorites. The unpickable Houston Texans at the Titans, who are also unpickable.
No, Paul, you don't. There's levels of unpickable. There's unpickable against NFL teams, and there's unpickable against college football teams.
Yeah.
The Texans are only unpickable against NFL teams, so the Texans are an easy pick here.
Yeah, I agree.
I am with you that the Texans are better than the Titans, but I'm gonna go with a tie.
Like what, 10-10?
I'm gonna go with a 0-0 tie.
0-0.
Yeah, in this one.
Let's bet on that.
I agree with you. If you're tiering these guys, the Texans are definitely the Titans really are bad, but I'm unpickable. Well, you know what? If the Texans can pull off a 26-point quarter to beat but that was against the unpickable Jaguars. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the tie. I'm going to go 0-0 tie.
The Texans also murdered somebody, right?
They are way better than the Titans.
Wasn't there one week we all played against the Texans? They killed somebody. Who did they kill?
Oh, I just saw it.
It was 26-7.
No, they killed the Ravens, 44-10 in Baltimore.
No. They were at home. And they were a 1-point home favorite. We're like, how are they favored? We all picked against them and they won.
San Fran?
Yeah,
San Fran. They won 26-15.
You know what? The Texans are much better than the Titans.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'm sorry.
Titans suck.
You can't.
No CJ Stroud.
We're not on the Titans, but you can't let yourself get talked into this ball.
No. I will alter off of the tie. The Texans, I guess, are 4-2 in their last 6. I guess that has to account for something. They beat the Titans 26-0 in their first game. The Titans are so bad. They are truly unpickable. They also might have gone winless if they didn't have that miracle in Arizona. Texans. Yeah. Seattle, this another game of the week. Actually, this might be, some people could argue, the game of the week. Seattle at the Rams. Battle for the NFC West first place. The Rams are 3-point favorites.
I'm going with my boys. See.
Do they do that?
See.
They do.
They should. That's a great chance.
Seattle. I think Seattle goes in there and wins pretty big in front of a lot of Seahawks fans.
Did you hear what Cooper Kupp said when he heard that there was going to be a tribute video for him at the Rams game?
I don't really care.
No, he said, I didn't die. I'm right here. No, this is Cooper Kupp. I don't think people who aren't don't follow the NFC West realize how brutal this breakup was. Cooper Kupp hates the Rams. He is pissed off because he feels like he can play good football on a Super Bowl contender and they kicked him to the curb. Well, he can play good football on a Super Bowl contender. Cooper Kupp. Honestly, I didn't see that quote until I Googled Cooper Kupp right now. Add a fourth zigzag, unprecedented. Whatever Cooper Kupp's line is, I don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. Cooper Kupp is going over as the Seattle Seahawks and Sam Darnold dominate the Los Angeles Rams. Run him out of the building.
I agree.
Did you guys see?
I agree.
Did you guys see what Romeo Dobbs said about Tucker Kraft after Kraft tore his ACL? Did you see that, Jack?
No.
Dobbs was just heartbroken in his locker the next day. And he goes, Tucker's in a better place now.
What?
People were commenting guys, someone has to tell Romeo Dobbs that Tucker Kraft is still alive.
Was that like a joke?
No, he's going, I feel terrible for Tucker, and he's in a better place now.
What do you think? He died?
I don't know. He gets sad for his buddy. So there's been one two consistent things in the NFL this season. One of them is Jonathan Taylor's been unbelievable. The other one has been that Matthew Stafford is unbelievable. Has been unbelievable. 25 touchdowns, 2 picks. Sam Darnold.
The Cooper Cup line is 29.5.
He's been terrible.
He said he's prepared countless hours just for this game.
Yeah, 29.5 is good because the Rams are right. That's what you should tell to Cooper Cup. The Rams are right, and Devontae Adams has been unbelievable. Cooper, they made the right decision. The Rams are going to win this game, and just look back to what they did against Sam Darnold last season against the Vikings twice. 2 of the Vikings' 4 losses came against the Rams in LA. I got the Rams winning this one. They're going to be the 1 seed, and I'm not too concerned about it. I think Seattle's really good, though. I mean, I think Seattle's awesome.
What if McVay's in the locker room, has our power rankings up? He's like,
you see that
Paul Farrington show? But he's like, you guys at 2, them at 1. What do you think about this?
That'd be pretty good.
I do think Seattle will get him back in Seattle, though. San Fran goes to Arizona, where they're 3-point favorites.
Oh, God. Is Brissett playing? Brissett's pretty good.
Yeah, well, Kyler's not playing.
Kyler's on IR. I think he's played his last snap as a Cardinal.
I mean, oh, God.
Just pick it so we
can. Can I pick a tie in this game?
Is this another Mac Jones one?
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Are you sure?
Yes. No, I'm not.
I'm just the Arizona Cardinals.
Wait, hold on. Give him another 2 seconds here. You see, he's wavered from yes to not sure.
No, I'm not. Of course, I'm not sure. I'm just making a pick for the sake of the show. I got to pick somebody. They're at home.
Yeah, are you sure you want to pick the Cardinals?
Didn't the Cardinals? They played the Colts pretty well with Brissett, right? They've showed some fight.
The 49ers are coming off a brutal loss at home to the Rams. They're going to Arizona and beating up on the worst team in the NFC West.
Well, Ziggy, you're also like a Cardinal lover. You're all over these guys all the time.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, 49er lover. You're also a 49er lover.
And guess what? The 49ers they're 6-3 or 6-4 now, I guess, after this loss. That would be good for that's as many wins as any team in the NFC North has.
Were you about to say that would be good for the 7th seed and then realize they were out of the playoffs?
No, I was gonna say that'd be good enough to be first in the NFC North because I knew those teams had 6 wins, but I realized it's because they were 6.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers too here. Better
good
coach
enough for first place in the AFC North, that's for sure.
And they have at the end of the day they have Christian McCaffrey. The Cardinals do not. The Chiefs are 3.5 point favorites at the Broncos. Again, huge opportunity for Denver.
I got Denver out in Mile High. They'll also show the power rankings, how I picked the Chiefs over the Broncos in the 5 spot.
Look at that shit.
Look at this, we're 3 games better, and he's picking the Chiefs. So I got Denver.
They are 3 games better, and I'm picking the Chiefs. I pick the better football team to win. That's usually my strategy, and it works out pretty well.
Sounds pretty foolish to me, Ziggy.
The crowd will be amped up. It's going to be awesome. Mile High will be rocking. I think Denver can absolutely win this game. Last year, they should have won in Denver, right? That was the block kick game, I believe.
I thought they won in Denver last year. Did they not?
What happened to
last year was the year that didn't the Chiefs bench all their starters? Denver killed them.
Was that in Denver though, or was that?
Yeah, it was.
That was the last week of the season.
That was in Denver.
Okay, let me see. So it was in Kansas City. Hold on, I just want to. Yeah, okay, 38-0 in Denver, and they won on the blocked field goal in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think Denver can win this game. I'm picking the Chiefs, and I need the Chiefs to win because if they don't, I'm gonna look pretty foolish. So I'm going to go with Kansas City here and stand by everything I've said for the entirety of the season. The Ravens are 7.5 point favorites at the Browns. We're all picking Baltimore. The Lions go to Philly, where the Eagles are 2.5 point favorites on Sunday Night Football.
The Lions are road proof. It's tough to pick against them, but I swore I'd never bet against the Eagles at home at night. So I'm going to go with Philly. Philly in a dogfight. 28-24.
The Lions did lose at Kansas City.
You're right, they did. Yeah, they did. I got Philly.
At night.
It's tough to pick against them, so I'm not going to. I'm going to pick the Lions to win this one. They're aggressive. They're the better team.
Yeah, apparently the Lions have a cuckold over me, for what I've seen.
Oh,
that's what I've heard. And
who said that?
I can't remember.
Oops.
Yeah, right over there.
Yes.
I'm going to pick Detroit to win this one. Good vibes in Detroit, bad vibes in Philly. Detroit offense is rolling. Philly offense is not. Lions will be able to outscore them in this one. That's what it takes to win football games.
Yes, good.
So I'm going to take Detroit here. Really, Yeah, there's two teams in the league that I would probably pick to beat the Lions right now. Kansas City and the Vikings.
Not the Steelers?
No, I'm picking Detroit here. And the last one, Dallas at the Raiders. Great Monday Night Football game.
I got Dallas.
In like 1970s.
Dallas will score a lot of points. The Raiders won't quite score as many. That's what it takes to win football games.
Yeah, look, the Raiders, Dallas is bad. The Raiders are plain bad. Bad beats plain bad every day of the week.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dallas. I think they're going to kick their ass.
That'll be a Cowboy home
Dak will be
game,
going
There'll
up
be
and
so
down
many
the field.
Cowboy fans there.
Max Crosby will have a couple unbelievable plays, but other than that, he can't do it every single time. So I got the Cowboys. I think it'll be a great day to have CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Dak Prescott on your fantasy teams. That takes us to the Jack Cap of the Week.
So I did want to say one thing which I found funny, because now we'll go into college football. I don't know if you guys saw UMass was playing your guys' team, NIU, Northern Illinois.
Okay.
Some midweek action. And UMass is winless. They were like 0-10 or whatever. And they were down 45-0 at home against NIU. And they kicked a field goal with 5 minutes left to make it 45-3. And the stadium set off fireworks.
Did you say at halftime?
So I just laughed at that for a while.
At halftime?
No.
Oh.
It was 45-0 with 6 minutes left in the game. UMass kicks the field goal to get on the board.
Northern Illinois does that to people.
Yeah, they kill people.
Yeah.
NIU's great. But I thought I'd find that fun.
Fireworks.
UMass sit there 0-10, they kick a field goal to go down by 42, and there's fireworks going off in the stadium. How does that make you feel?
Great. I mean, I love fireworks. Yeah, that'll be awesome. How many people were at the game? Do you think? Like
16.
6? Yeah. Wow, I came close to saying it. Okay. All right. Let's get.
Let's wrap it.
All right. So I've
Ziggy's like, I'm ready to go eat some beans.
I've won 2 weeks in a row with the Cap of the Week, so I'm
Drink
back.
some tea.
I've hit my stride. This week,
you weren't gone. You were taking a break.
Yeah, exactly. I was on vacation. So this week. Actually, Saturday. Last Saturday was X-Ray Day. This Saturday marks National Raisin Bran Cereal Day. And it's actually very interesting.
What?
I never used to like this cereal. But then I tried it when I was 11 years old. I woke up in a hotel on a Saturday morning.
Randomly?
in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, for Alabama LSU. And I had a bowl of Raisin Bran cereal. And it was so good. And to date, it's my favorite cereal. So, on National Raisin Bran Cereal Day, when the first bowl of Raisin Bran cereal I ever ate was in Tuscaloosa on the day of an Alabama game day, how can I not roll with the Tide? At home in Bryant-Denny Stadium, -5.5 against the Sooners to complete their revenge tour. Give me the Crimson Tide. -5.5. Roll Tide.
Do you think I want Alabama to lose this game?
They're going to kill Oklahoma.
No, but what am I rooting for? I'm probably rooting for Bama to win, right? Because Oklahoma's 11.
Yeah, just knock Oklahoma out, yeah.
Just knock them out. But we need to jump one more spot here to get to a top 8 seed. I also like that pick, by the way. That's a nice pick. Nice.
I do appreciate, Paul, you were telling me I was crazy for weeks for saying that if Notre Dame went out, they'd go to the playoffs. You said, no.
I mean, there's got
Whoa, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
No, Paul's been very pro Notre Dame went out, go to the playoffs.
I have been since week 2. So the day after
you started the doubt. You started.
No.
Ziggy, you know why it's not going to matter?
Ziggy.
P-I-T-T-P-I-T-T. Let's go, Pitt!
Yeah, Jack is a pretty big Pitt. Jack is actually a Pitt guy at his heart here.
Growing up, yeah.
Ziggy, no. I've been legitimately since the moments after the loss to A&M, I have texted and said, if Notre Dame wins out, they will host a playoff game. I'm pretty sure. Like I have receipts all over. I've said it on the podcast. I don't know where you're getting this from.
You know why Pitt's not going to win this game?
Like a great maneuvering here from him.
I'm just telling you. I want to respond to what Jack said.
Pitt doesn't care.
Coach said we don't care about this.
That's
game.
why they're going to win.
The defensive coordinator said I've got Alzheimer's.
It was
a joke.
That's a beautiful tactic.
Right, Randy Bates, he was asked about the series history and said, "This is the nice thing about being old. The Alzheimer's helps me forget all our losses."
That's a beautiful tactic.
These are not the things you want your coaches saying right before the game.
It's a beautiful tactic by Pat Narduzzi. Make Notre Dame and the world think we don't care. We care.
No,
you guys are 0-4 and a bad 0-4.
0-4? Do you mean 0-4?
Against Notre Dame in this era. 5th time's the charm? I don't think so.
I was in Pittsburgh when they hosted a top 10 Notre Dame team and kicked the crap out of them. I'm expecting more of the same.
No, you know who? While I do appreciate the thought that
we killed Golden Tate that year.
No, I appreciate you coming up with the theory that Pitt's trying to lull Notre Dame here, but you have to blame Joey McGuire if you lose, the Texas Tech head coach. He's the one that came out and
throwing shade at Notre Dame.
Yes. If you lose, it's his fault.
Yes.
And that's just the fact of the matter. Because you've done a good job of trying to, put the baby to sleep here.
Oh, Pitt cares to play Notre Dame.
Oh no, we all know that.
Yes.
But Texas Tech is the one who came out and said, like, these guys suck.
I know.
And they haven't earned it. If I'm Marcus Freeman, I'm walking around, every single locker room is just going to say, you haven't earned anything. Like, you haven't earned it. You guys suck.
Or what if when Pitt wins, Tech's coach is like, told you.
Oh, well, you can do that. Yeah. But I would have on every locker room basically just that quote of like, yeah, we have teams that have earned it and teams that have not. And it's just going to be like, yeah, you guys haven't. Yeah. You didn't earn it.
May have screwed
I can't wait to go to Lubbock.
Texas Tech may have screwed
I actually almost would willingly sacrifice the home game
to go to Lubbock and beat Texas Tech.
To Texas Tech in the 8-9 game and just rout those guys. Like, what would when the Big 12 we'd be what would we just win that every year forever?
Yeah, I would agree.
The Big 12s. No, it's all good. I'm actually a fan of the banter. I love some coaches coming out and talking a shot. Trash. Yeah, I like Cignetti doing it last year too.
Yeah.
Look, there's nothing wrong with saying some trash. Just when you lose, you got to be able to take it.
You got it right. Yeah. You got to take it.
You take it when you lose, and if you win, go for it.
Exactly.
I'm all for it. I think it's great. Okay, we'll wrap up the show there. I love how every time you do the cap of the week, I just immediately pivot to Notre Dame's playoff situation.
Oh, it's a given.
Yeah. But
that's what we do here.
Yeah,
that's people listening are probably like, "Oh my god!"
That's how the show ends.
Again, it's all a bait for when Notre Dame wins or loses a playoff game. It's for the reaction. It's for the instant reactions after the game. The Ziggy reactions. Ziggy does the live reactions after those games.
Those will be some fun reactions.
Oh, those will be emotional.
If Pitt wins, they're like, if Pitt wins out, they could legit be like the 3 seed in the playoff.
Did you see the ACC nightmare scenario?
Yes, I did.
If Duke wins the ACC, they'll be 8-4.
Then so there's a chance like no ACC team makes it.
And it could be JMU, and then who is it? Is it USF could get in over them? Because people don't realize it's the top 5 conference champions,
right?
Not the big 4, and then a group of 5. So who was it?
The ACC doesn't deserve to send a team this year.
No, what about UVA, Ziggy? What about your boys?
Hold on.
Yeah, what about UVA?
If Pitt were to win out,
I've been the biggest UVA hater all season.
I know.
If Pitt were to win out and go 10-2, they absolutely should be in the playoffs.
Oh, if they beat Notre Dame, win at Georgia Tech, and beat Miami in the next 3 weeks, they've earned their way.
They're probably a number 2 seed.
They'll probably they're 22 right now. They'll probably go if they beat Notre Dame, they're going to go up to like 14.
Yeah,
and then if they beat Georgia Tech and Miami, they'll probably be at like 8 or 9.
Yes. That's
probably be a 9. I bet they're the first team off of the hosting.
Pitt at Texas Tech.
Oh gosh. All right. We'll wrap it up there. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Yeah.
For making it this far.
Week 11 prediction episode. We'll be back on Sunday, post 1:00 games, reacting to Vikings and Packers games, and then we'll be live on maybe live, or we'll at least do something. One of us will be around at least for Eagles and Lions reaction as well. So see you then.